The National Museum of Toys and Miniatures welcomes you to Little Lights. Chandeliers are lighting fixtures that hang in the middle of the ceiling of a room. They were first used in the medieval times and were lit with candles. Today, they are lit with electricity and light bulbs. In the miniature room settings in the museum, the chandeliers are often overlooked because the viewer is looking at the whole room. But artists go to great lengths to create miniature chandeliers that are historically accurate and incredibly beautiful. Let's take a look. Artist Harry Smith spent 6,000 hours and nearly 4 years recreating King Louis XV's study in the Palace of Versailles. The room is 1/12 scale, which means the room is only 14 inches high. In the 18th century, chandeliers would have been lit by candles. Louis's miniature study has 36 electrically lit candles, and each is wired on a separate circuit. This allows them to flicker at different speeds and intensities so they look like real candles. The chandelier has 304 tiny crystals that hang on 30 gold arms. Smith had to drill a hole in the tip of each crystal using a diamond drill bit. Then he inserted a wire that was as thick as a human hair through each one to hang it. No wonder it took him so long to make Louis XV's study. You can find this awesome room in the French Gallery. The Belcher Parlor was created by Kansas City artist Thomas Warner, and it features a type of furniture invented by John Henry Belcher in the 18th century. The furniture was made by cutting thin sheets of rosewood and fusing them together. They were then molded into curved shapes using steam and carved into elaborate designs. The style is known as Rococo Revival because it recalled the fanciness of King Louis's time period. A parlor is a nice room for company to visit. Beyond the parlor, there's a hallway that leads to the front door. A Victorian-style chandelier, created by artists Leonard and Kathy Sciatta, hangs in the hallway from a molded medallion on the ceiling. This chandelier would have been powered by kerosene, a lighting fuel that is still used for camping. The Sciattas have made every detail in the tiny chandelier, from the glass chimney to the decorative glass globe that softens and distributes the light. It's even decorated with tiny crystals. The Belcher Parlor is one of 3 rooms by Thomas Warner in the miniature maze. Port Townsend House is a miniature house created by Pat and Noel Thomas. Houses like this are called Queen Anne Revival, a style that was popular between 1880 and 1910. They are also called Victorian houses because Victoria was the Queen of England at that time. Pat and Noel are fascinated by old homes, and they make all of their miniature houses look like they've been around a long time. Smudges cloud the windows, leaves and dirt clog the gutters, the foundation is cracked, and real cobwebs hang from the rafters in the attic. This 5-light chandelier by Scott Hughes on the first floor of Port Townsend House is pretty plain compared to the chandelier in Louis's study. It's made from metal that has been painted to look like antique gold, and the ruffled frosted glass shades cover light bulbs. This house reflects the technological advancement of electricity. We know it's an electric light fixture because the glass globes are facing downward. In the miniature, some of the bulbs are not lit, making the house seem time-worn and neglected. Port Townsend House is so large it's hard to miss. It sits just outside the miniature maze. In Little Belle, the 7-room Victorian row house by Lou Coumereau and Mary Bruno, the scale is 1 inch equals 24 inches. That means the stained glass chandelier over the kitchen table is quite a bit smaller than the other chandeliers we've looked at so far. Stained glass lampshades like this one were popularized by American designer and artist Louis Comfort Tiffany and his design studio in the early part of the 1900s. Lou Coumereau created this one using organic shapes and a repeating tulip pattern. It measures just a little over 1 inch in diameter and is lit with a 12-volt bulb. Little Belle is nestled into a corner in the miniature maze. The Art Deco jewelry store reflects the beauty and extravagance of the roaring 1920s. During that time, a new style called Art Deco started in France and spread all over the world. It featured bold geometric designs, which can be seen throughout this room setting, created by English artists Kevin Mulvaney and Susie Rogers. The jewelry store features lots of nooks and crannies, like elevators and a balcony. There's even a street scene beyond the silver doors. In the center of the room is a massive four-tiered chandelier that was inspired by the French artist Jacques-Émile Roullman. American miniature artist William R. Robertson made the tiered center, and English artist Robert Ward attached the beads, 15,800 of them. Look for the Art Deco jewelry store in the miniature maze. Now that you've heard all about these miniature chandeliers, test your knowledge with this quiz. True or false? Miniature artists go to great lengths to create chandeliers that are historically accurate. It's true. Miniature artists want every part of a room to look exactly like it would have in the past. Some artists specialize in making light fixtures. What type of drill bit did Harry Smith use to drill the holes in the crystal chandelier in Louis XV's study? A. A metal bit. B. An auger bit. C. A diamond bit. D. A gold bit. If you said a diamond drill bit, you're correct. Diamond drill bits have little tiny pieces of diamond powder embedded in them. They can be used to drill through all sorts of material, including glass. What types of power sources have been used to light chandeliers? A. Candles. B. Kerosene. C. Electricity. D. All of these. Chandeliers have been lit by all of these power sources. Additionally, gas power has also been used to light chandeliers. How many beads were used to make the elegant miniature chandelier in the Art Deco jewelry store? A. 10,000. B. 15,800. C. 17,500. D. 20,000. The miniature Art Deco chandelier was made with an impressive 15,800 beads. Thanks for joining us for this TM2Go video. Now that you've explored our collection, download the instructions to create your own Tiffany-inspired chandelier. Don't forget to share your creation with us on social media and share the activity with your friends.